Hello students, let us learn the properties of addition of integers. Alright, so basically you have to learn 6 properties. So let's deal with them one by one. The very first one is the property of closure, and so the closure property. Closure property. Now the meaning of the term closure means closed. Now how it is closed? If we add any two integers, let's say I am adding 6 plus 3, how much I'll get? I'll get 9. Let's say I'm adding 6 minus 6 plus minus 3, that means ultimately I'll get 6 minus 3. How much I'll get? I'll get 3. The sum of this integer and this integer is again an integer. 9 is also an integer. Similarly, 6 is an integer, minus 3 is an integer. Their sum, that is 3, is also an integer. That means if you add any two integers, let's say my integers are a and b, and if I add them, let's say I'm getting a sum that is c, this c will also be an integer. That means the addition of any two integers is also an integer. This is called closure property. That means the whole set is closed. Okay, everything will be inside it only. Okay, now the next property, that is the number 2, is the property of commutative. Commutative. The commutative is very simple. 4 plus 6, for example, 4 plus 6 is 10. 6 plus 4, if we add the other way, 6 plus 4 is also 10. That means a plus b is always equal to b plus a. Absolutely, there is no doubt, isn't it? So this is called commutative property. Okay, next, number 3 is a property of associativity. Associativity. You have to be careful with the spelling. Associativity. Now what it means, very simple. 4 plus, let's say 2 plus 8. Okay, let's say there is a bracket over here. So what will do? Bracket will come to tomorrow agot koriba. So 4 plus 2 plus 8 is 10. So 4 plus 10 is 14. Okay, now let us take the same numbers. Ekekita number loisu ako moi. Ebar my bracket is here between these two. So now 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 8, 6 plus 8 is again 14, isn't it? That means, please observe, a plus b plus c, the moi yard bracket due, is equal to a plus b plus c if the bracket is here. This property is called associative property or associativity. Then, so that was number 3. Now, property 4. The property 4 says the property of identity, or to be precise, additive identity. So there is a number, integer, which when added to another number gives the same number. What I'm trying to say is that if you take suppose 5, there is a number which must be added to it and we will get 5 only. Obviously, what is that number? That number is 0. Isn't it? That means a plus 0 is always a, and that is why this 0 is called the additive identity, because the sum remains the same. মই a লৈছিলো, a পৰা a পাইছো, so 0 to কয় additive identity. Then okay, next, number 5. Property 5 is the property of additive inverse, and sometimes it is also called as opposite. Okay, so what is the opposite of 5? Opposite of 5 is minus 5. What is the opposite of minus 12? Opposite of minus 12 is 12. This is nothing but your additive inverse. Very simple to understand. So if a number a is there, its additive inverse is minus a. What is the additive inverse of minus a? Additive inverse of minus a is a. Clear? Okay, 5. Now the last one, property 6. 6 says the property of predecessor and successor. Predecessor means immediately before, and successor means immediately after. So let's say 8 is my integer. What is the immediately before number? 7. What is the immediately after integer? 9. So this 7 is the predecessor and 9 is the successor. Okay. For 0, let's say, what is my predecessor? -1. And what is my successor? 1. Isn't it? So in generally, if we have a number a, what is my predecessor? এটা কমাই দিম a minus 1. 8 আছিলে 8 পৰা 7 হৈছিলে হনে, and successor 1 plus কৰিব লাগিব, so a plus 1. So this is my predecessor and this is my successor, isn't it? Okay, that is the property 6, the property of predecessor and successor. Okay, so we have discussed all the properties. Sorta property ase bookot ase dhuniake tomalake sabo para, all the 6 properties are there. So based on all these things we can solve exercise 8.1.